Hey guys, since 420Lexikon is sick and he wants to spare you his dirty voice, I'm speaking in this video today. First, I want to apologize for only having one recording from the vegetative phase. I don't know what was wrong with 420Lexikon. In today's run, I show you how 420Lexikon grows a cherry mac muffin, a blue Zushi, and a frosty acai mince, and how the blue Zushi is harvested and dried. The setup is the same as in the previous runs, i.e. a 40 by 40 by 160 tent with a 200-watt LED, a silent axial 100-tube fan, and a small clip fan from the hardware store. Check out the links in the video description. The lamp runs at a maximum of 50% light output for the entire grow. For germination, 0.5-liter cups were filled with slightly pre-fertilized soil, which you can get from any grow shop. Then the seed was placed in the middle of the soil to a depth of about 2 centimeters, and water was sprayed directly onto the seed with a small spray bottle. Then the seed was covered with soil, and the surface moistened again with a few sprays. Then leave the cups in the dark at over 15 degrees Celsius and check them daily until the seedling has come to the surface. As soon as the seedling has come to the surface, the plants are simply placed under an 18-hour light cycle. Day 1 is counted from the time the seedling has come to the surface and shed its seed coat. For the first 2 weeks, the plant is only watered with a small spray bottle. As soon as the plant is a little bigger, you can start watering it properly. The 420Lexikon is based on the feeling of the pot weight. Simply lift the pot before and after watering. If you have done this often enough, you will know that a dry pot weighs next to nothing, and you should let the pot dry out a little before each watering. The amount of watering is simply always adapted to the plant's drinking behavior. If the pot dries out too quickly, water more the next time, but always make sure not to overwater. It is better to give too little water than too much. 420Lexikon waters with tap water that has been left to stand for 12 to 24 hours, does not adjust the pH value, and does not use liquid fertilizers. After the plants had completely rooted through the cups, they were repotted on day 24 of the vegetative phase. The blue Zushi in an 8-liter fabric pot, the cherry mac muffin in a 5.5-liter plastic pot, and the frosty acai mince in a 9-liter plastic pot. The first 2 shoots on the first node were removed from all plants, as 420Lexikon has established that these usually grow more weakly. To initiate the flowering stage, the light is set to 12 hours. The plants were fertilized far too late. Normally, this is applied before the start of the flowering stage. After the stretch, the plants were given approximately 3 grams per liter of medium, greenhouse-feeding Bio Bloom. This is an organic slow-release fertilizer that supplies the plant with nutrients throughout the flowering phase. For me, this is the best method, as I don't have time to mix a fertilizer solution every time I water. Also, like many others, I honestly don't see any relevant price differences when you consider the number of products required and the frequency of application. In the flowering stage, I lollipop the plant in the 3rd week. When lollipopping, I remove all the upper leaves that cast shadows on the bud sites, all the lower leaves that no longer receive light, and all the bud sites that are in the lower third of the plant and are too underdeveloped, so that the plant focuses on the upper flowers. This time, the lollipopping was really held back, a little too much. But in the course of the grow, I will keep defoliating from time to time. I want to emphasize again that this is a home grow and not a commercial grow. 420Lexikon says that not everything can always go perfectly, as you can very obviously see. In every grow phase, the VPD, i.e. the vapor pressure deficit, is actually the ideal value to follow. The VPD is influenced by the ratio of temperature to humidity. You can read and adjust your current VPD using tables. There are different tables for each type of lamp. I have included the one for LEDs in the description. The circulating air clip fan remains on during the entire airing phase, simply to give mold less chance to develop. The early discoloration of the leaves may have been caused by a lack of nutrients or light stress, as the light was somewhat close to the plants during stretching. In the first few weeks of the flowering phase, I sometimes raise the temperature to 29 degrees. In the last 2 weeks of the flowering phase, however, I pay more attention not to exceed 25 degrees Celsius in order to preserve terpenes and cannabinoids. The late discoloration, or yellowing of the leaves, is intentional. At the end of the flowering phase, i.e., the life of the plant, it uses up all the nutrients from the leaves and then sheds them. This process is also known as flushing and ensures that less chlorophyll has to be broken down in the end product, resulting in a smoother and more flavorful smoke. This time, I didn't play around with 48 hours of only light or only darkness before harvest, as I didn't harvest the plants together. On day 60, I harvested the blue Zushi. You can see how it went with the Cherry Mac Muffin and the Frosty Acai Mints in the next videos. Here are a few shots of the trichomes on the day of harvest. I hung the whole plant upside down to dry after I had removed all the larger leaves, i.e., the fan leaves. It is best to hang the plant in the dark with a temperature of 16 to 19 degrees Celsius and a humidity of 55 to 60% to protect terpenes and cannabinoids. It took about 10 days to dry the plant. This is what the buds look like after drying, and the total harvest amounted to about 22.7 grams. Please let me know what you think in the comments, and leave a like and a subscription as support if you like the videos. Otherwise, thank you if you've watched the video so far, and I'll see you at the next run. Check out the links in the video description.